Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. As some of you guys know, my channel is mainly focused around gear and demoing gear and showing you the brands and pieces of gear that I actually like. And I thought now this video is different because I'm going to challenge you guys out there, anybody watching, to name 5 pieces of gear that you know for sure that you absolutely will never ever part with or never ever sell. I'm going to show you mine, and one thing that I can say is that none of these pieces of gear are endorsement related. I do have endorsements, but I've specifically picked gear that I've owned for a long time that's never let me down, that I couldn't do without, and that I am not affiliated with yet. So as you can see behind me on my stack of amazing amps here, and by the way, I won't want to lose any of these amps either. So you can see behind me now 5 pedals. I've specifically picked pedals that I've had a long time, owned a long time, and absolutely love. I'm gonna first of all start with this red one here that you have seen on my channel tons of times, and sometimes you may have even heard this pedal without actually knowing that you have. This is a Digitech Drop pedal. Now the demo video that I did of this pedal was rough as hell when I first started out doing demos, but it's got something like 30 odd K views. It's a really popular video and lots of people have bought this pedal after seeing my demo, and I know that because they've actually messaged me afterwards saying how great it was after they bought it and after they watched the video. So what this pedal basically does is drop your tuning. So if you play multiple tunings live like I used to do, then this pedal is great and it stops you changing over guitars. Now I like to take to a gig a main guitar that I use, which is my Jackson King V, and I like to take a spare guitar in the background too, in case I bust a string or anything goes wrong. I can just switch guitars and I'm ready to go. Now that's all very well, but if you play in say 3 tunings, that means 6 guitars, not 2. So this pedal really helped me out. Do be careful with it if you use it live, because I once forgot to turn it on and I ended up starting a song in the wrong key, and when I realised I stamped on the pedal and it kind of does a and puts you in tune, and it was hilarious. The band were laughing and the people that were actually at the gig started chanting pedal, pedal, which was actually very embarrassing but also quite funny at the same time. So it's a fantastic pedal. You can record with it. The latency on this, what people always ask me over and over again, is what the latency is like. There is none that's noticeable. The pedal works fine. It's absolutely great. I love it. One thing about this pedal is you do have to have good string tension on your guitar. You don't want sloppy strings. So if basically your guitar has standard strings on, say, you know, gauge 9, and say you want to play in C sharp with those strings on, and you go and try and use this pedal, it might sound alright live in the whole, you know, rehearsal noise, but when you actually record with it, you will hear the pedal struggling to find the key that your guitar is in because of the movement of the strings. So you do need good string tension. So standard strings are fine, gauge 9s, but you do need to be in standard tuning if you're going to do that. If you go lower and still want to use this pedal, then please put on a thicker gauge that will keep good tension so that it doesn't confuse the pedal. But fantastic pedal, would never part with it ever in a million years. If it ever breaks, then I will get another one, that's for sure. So we're going to move on to the next pedal now, which is my trusty old Maxon 808. Now I don't know how old this pedal actually is, but I reckon I've had this 20 years, something like that. It's a fantastic pedal. I use it as a boost. I used it live for every damn gig. I've used it every rehearsal, and I've probably used it every time I've recorded as well. It's a great pedal. I have my own custom signature 9-core boost core pedal. Now the link for that is in the description. That's a great pedal, but I still will never part with this. It's a classic and it doesn't let you down if you just need a bit of extra spike, a bit of extra cut and a bit of extra overtones. It also works obviously as just a straight overdrive, but I use this for boosting my EVHs on the Blue channel. It sounds absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I would never part with that. I've no reason to. It's a fantastic pedal, and I've been talking to Maxon quite a bit lately, and I'm hoping to get some more Maxon overdrives on the channel sooner or later to demo for you guys. The next pedal here, which is looking a bit rough actually, as you can see, this part of the pedal, this grip here, has been stuck back on numerous times now. But this is the Maxon Power Wah by Morley. Now, I would never use any other wah than Morley wahs. Now, I'm so happy with them, and they were a bit of a godsend to me when I actually discovered them. My first wah was the Bad Horsey wah, the Steve Vai one, and why I love them is, when I was younger I wasn't very heavy, and you know the button on the Jim Dunlop Crybabies that you have to like click down, some pedals they were loose enough to click down easily, and other pedals you had to basically just stand on them with your whole weight. And I found it awkward when I was trying to get to a solo and turn the wire on or turn the wire off when I'd finished. It was clumsy and I didn't like that switching, so I discovered Morley wah pedals, and obviously for those of you that don't know I will tell you, but the reason I love them, or I first loved them, was because as soon as you finish wiring away and you just basically release the pedal and walk off, and it's gone. You know, your wah has like 2-second delay, I think, or something like that, and it basically just turns itself off. You don't have to worry about anything. As soon as you start wiring with this thing, it's on. As soon as you get off it and walk away, about 1.5 seconds or something, I think it is like that, it's turned itself off. You can change those settings inside, so when the wire is released fully up, it's off if you want. I leave it as it is a standard setting, so I walk off and I know a second later my wire's gone off anyway, so probably only one note of the riff after I've come out with the solo actually has the damn wire on. So yeah, excellent. I absolutely love this one. This one's now been discontinued. You can still get the Power Wah, but it's no longer got Max Tremonti's name on there. I love Max Tremonti. I don't know what happened or why he doesn't have his own boost anymore, but it's a great pedal. Down here there is like a clean boost. It doesn't do that much, it's minimal. It doesn't really matter to me. There's a fly in here. Yeah, so I absolutely love it. If it ever breaks, I probably won't be able to get another one, but I will just go get a Bad Horsey or another Morley wah. Absolutely love them. So the important thing to me also about this wah is not just the way it functions and the way you can walk off like the rest of the Morley wahs and it just turns itself off. The other thing that I love about this wah is the actual tone of the Power Wah is quite modern sounding and it's quite throaty. It's got quite a throaty tone to it. It's not one of those wahs that like really squeaky and scratchy and rips your head off. It's not one of those sorts of wahs. It's quite low MIDI, got quite a lot of low mid frequency in there, or at least I feel like it has. So I absolutely love that wah. It's great, and that's been on my pedal board for I don't know what year they came out, but probably not long after they came out is when I actually bought that one, and it's still going strong. So the next pedal which I want to move on to here is my ISP decimator. This is like the original version. There's another version now, the G string, and I think there's a decimator 2. I don't know, I've lost touch because I don't need to worry about noise gates because I own this one and it does its job absolutely fantastic. I don't need to search for one. There seems to be a new noise gate come out like virtually every week, and guys who have YouTube channels keep buying these noise gates, and I'm confused because surely a noise gate is just another noise gate, isn't it? I mean, all it's doing is putting a gate on, you know, making things a bit more quiet. I don't know. A gate's a gate to me. This one works perfectly fine. It weighs a lot. I only just noticed how much it actually weighs. It's a really heavy pedal. But yeah, absolutely love this thing. I've got no need to get another. If I was going to get another decimator, I'd probably get the G string. Now the difference between this and the G string is that you can put the G string in the loop and in front of the amp, whereas this one you have to do one or the other. I've tried it in both. I usually put it in front of the amp and just put up with the hiss. If you put it in the loop at the back, I'd just probably leave it on because I don't use a clean channel that much. I'd probably just leave it on, sat on top of the amp in the loop, and it would cut all the noise off. It's absolutely fantastic pedal, never let me down. Again, 15 years old, maybe more, something like that for that pedal. The last pedal here is a pedal that I love. So this pedal is the Moore 005 Brown Sound 3, and this is basically supposed to sound like an EVH, and if you've seen one of the demos, it does actually resemble an EVH quite closely. And obviously it's not got any tubes or anything like that, but it does do a good job, and it is in the same ballpark tone wise for sure. The reason I never get rid of this pedal is actually because if I was going to do a gig, say tomorrow, I'd probably just throw that in my gig bag or in my car or whatever, because I know if anything goes wrong, if a tube goes, a fuse goes, anything wrong with my amp or my rig, that I can basically plug this into my pedal board, turn it on, and go straight from this straight into the PA, and I would still have a more than reasonably good tone. This has a built-in cab sim on it. It's not amazing, but it definitely can get you through a gig. If you have an IR pedal, that would work even better. But yeah, it's a fantastic sounding pedal, is this. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know how they did it, and I don't know how they got it for such a small package. And this is only like £69 in the UK too. But I'd never get rid of it. There's no point for how much it costs. There's no point selling it on. There's no money in it. It's just a fantastic little pedal. So what I want you guys to do now is go down in the comments below and please join in the fun, and please name 5 pieces of gear, if you can, that you would never ever part with. If you've not got 5 pieces of gear that you would never part with, then just name 1 or 2, and let's see what gear you guys absolutely love and can't live without. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.